you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here, and welcome to a Wednesday edition of TNInews Live. And we've got a lot to cover today. We've got Marvel Legend reveals, we've got G.I. Joe Classified reveals, we've got some DC Multiverse news from McFarlane Toys, maybe a few other things, but primarily that's it for today. But again, a lot to go over. But before we jump into the news, let us just do a quick roll call, see who is in the house. So we've got this guy here, Mr. Splendid. Thank you. Sorry, I'm not even going to. Rex Napoleon something here. Yeah. Okay, anyway, welcome to the stream. Austin is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Zim is in the house. Judge Dreads is in the house. Jeremy is in the house. Happy Wednesday to you. Hobgoblin 1985. Good to see you, my friend. Mr. Allmine is in the house. Kobo Cop. Yes, happy Liberation Day to you. Anyway, happy Butters Blast. Good to see you, my friend. And we've got Hanzo in the house. Elio in the house. CJ with Action Grip in the house as well. Aaron also popping in here. So what is up? All right, so let us get into the news and let us, let's just jump into the news, assuming I can remember how to work things. But I don't know, where should we start? Let's start with G.I. Joe, because that's really the most breaking news. Hasbro put out a slew of new digital renders. The next round of pre-orders for this month that should be coming on April 15th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So these are all ones we knew were coming, but again, getting the digital renders and again, the date for pre-order confirmed. Well, I guess technically they say April 15th, so we knew it from the Entertainment Earth Drop Zone page, but Hasbro's now confirmed it. One thing to note, so they showed us three figures. So the Armored Cobra Commander here, which they told us was coming in the last live stream. This is primarily based on the cartoon series, it looks like. Different. It wasn't actually in the comics. It wasn't really the original Cobra Commander that wore the armor. It was one of the Crimson Guardmen, one of the Freds that basically was impersonating Cobra Commander. But with this one, you get the two head sculpt. So remember in the cartoon, in the Dick series, the Cobra Commander had been turned to a snake in the movie and then got reverted back to his pre-snake form in the Operation Dragonfly miniseries. So the iguana here is actually Serpentor. You get a little mini Serpentor because Cobra Commander got his revenge on Serpentor and finally used the mechanism that they used to create essentially Python patrol vehicles. They turned him into an iguana. So, and you get the Snake Eyes helmet and then the human helmet. So I guess the human helmet's more kind of in keeping with the comics, but you don't get like a blonde hair, unhelmeted head or anything. I'm not sure what this thing is up here. I don't know if it's a shield or what. I don't know what that is. Little drone device, maybe. I don't know. Backpack, maybe. I never had the original Armored Cobra Commander figure back in the day, so I don't know if that's from that or what. And he gets a blaster and multiple pairs of hands. So again, Cobra Commander, that should be available pretty much everywhere that carries G.I. Joe Classified. Same thing with our next Dreadnought that we're getting, Monkey Wrench. This was another one they told us was coming in the last live stream. I don't know what is up with this weird alternate head. I don't know if that's from the comics or something. The more recent Skybound comics. But so I don't know what's up with that head sculpt. It comes with a pistol, a revolver, two axes, hands, and then a Dreadnought like weapon. course, in the cartoon, he was like an explosive expert. He was the one with the dynamite and stuff. So surprised they didn't really include anything like a stick of dynamite or something, a bomb or something like that. But nevertheless, Monkey Wrench, our next Dreadnought is coming. Major Blood. So still not sure if this is I'm assuming this is a retro release. Major Blood, on a retro card back. We've already got Major Blood, which, I guess originally was a Target exclusive. This has some differences, the red and stuff. So it's a bit different, but I'm going to assume this is a retro card back figure. I don't think they told us Major Blood was coming, but they didn't specifically say it was a retro card back figure. And of course, with this digital render, it doesn't really, though it does say now has pinless arms and legs. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it'll be just a regular release. I don't know. But Major Blood, the Claw. So we saw this at Toy Fair. This is our next vehicle in the line, comes with a pilot. I believe that's a female pilot. White skin, black skin, helmet, and then with a mask on, but it looks like it's a Cobra female pilot. Now, the original Claw vehicle, back in the day, did not actually come with a figure. So this is kind of a new figure, Claw pilot, I guess we're calling it. Actually, technically, they're calling it, just a Cobra pilot. But again, the original Claw vehicle did not come with a pilot, but this one does. You get, and they have some weapons, and then you get some blast effects. Now you have the bombs on the ends of the wings, like the original. You have the gun up at the top. Looks like a little more serious gun than the original had. I'm not sure if that gun elevates up or not. It looks like it might. And of course, the figure fits on the bottom like a glider. And you've got the landing gear, which I believe should fold up underneath it. So they said at Toy Fair this was going to be a Pulse exclusive, like the Snake Armor. So I believe this one will only be available on the 15th at Hasbro Pulse. Everything else should be available everywhere else, that carries G.I. Joe Classified. But again, the Claw vehicle, I believe, is a Pulse exclusive. And then we have finally the version for Snake Eyes. Not really my favorite version of Snake Eyes, but, I guess for many people it is. I don't know. By the time this version of Snake Eyes came out, I had moved on from G.I. Joe when I was a kid. So I never owned this version of Snake Eyes as a figure. But he's got the blue, he's got the goggles, the red goggles, and the mask and stuff. So he's got two swords. I don't know if the knives are removable there on his leg, but I'm going to assume probably not. He does have a holster, so I don't know. I don't see a pistol, but I don't know if he'll come with an extra gun or if you're supposed to be able to put this rifle in there. The silencer might be removable. I don't know. But anyway, those are your G.I. Joe render reveals. We'll get official reveals as we get closer to the 15th, or when they go up for pre-order. Again, should be at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Should be available places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Amazon. Again, everything except for the Claw, which I'm pretty sure is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. And I don't have any pricing on that stuff, but look for that later this month. All right, let's jump over to McFarlane Toys. So our latest round of pre-orders went up today, and once again, sold out very quickly. These were the Fidgetal figures with the Two-Face, Dr. Fate, and Superman. So, these only lasted at Big Bad Toy Store for like less than 5 minutes before they completely sold out. Entertainment Earth had them a little bit longer, but as I'm filming this, they are also completely sold out. I believe the McFarlane store sold out. Amazon did not. Once again, this is like the third time that Amazon has not carried seemingly carrying McFarlane pre-orders. So I don't know if McFarlane and Amazon have had some kind of falling out or what the deal is. And in fact, these figures are actually even listed on Amazon. They even like Amazon put up the images, but they never made them actually available for purchase. So, and it was the same thing with the last wave of DC figures that went up. Also, that Killing Joke Joker figure, which was originally going to be released at Amazon, ended up going to Walmart. So, like I say, I can't say for sure, but it definitely seems like there's something going on between McFarlane and Amazon. And for whatever reason, right now, Amazon is not actively carrying a lot of the McFarlane stuff. So, never went up on on Amazon. GameStop, I believe, do have these. I haven't checked to see if they've sold out there yet or not. GameStop always seems to be the last place to sell out. But again, those went up for pre-order today. Now, there are platinum versions of these figures. Keep that in mind. We've seen those because these have also hit some physical stores like Walmart, I believe. So let me just scroll down here. Yeah, so I don't know about the Superman, but definitely the Dr. Fate and the Two-Face have platinum version, chase versions. Sobalos was the one I believe that had taken these pictures back in March, early March. So Two-Face, the platinum version of Two-Face has the black and white suit. Dr. Fate has more metallic, darker colors to him. And again, I'm not sure if there's a Superman variant or not, because I don't think we've seen that one. But just check these because a lot of these had popped up overseas, but I don't think there was a platinum version of Superman. So that one may not have a platinum version. Actually, one place I can double check that. I can't show you if they do, but no. So according to the case breakdown on Entertainment Earth, um, Superman does not have a chase, but Doctor Fate one per case, Two-Face one per case. Uh, the chase variants are one per case each on those. So, um, but no platinum edition version for Superman. Next round of pre-orders for McFarlane is going to be on Thursday. So the DC Super Friend figures, that they first showed at Toy Fair, we also saw them during the panel at WonderCon. So these are going up again on April 4th. So Batman, these are 6-inch figures. These are listed as 6-inch figures based on, with the Super Friends retro packaging, Green Lantern, Lex Luthor, and Sinestro. Now there is a platinum figure in this wave. It's the Riddler. We saw that again at WonderCon during the WonderCon panel. We talked about these on Monday, but I just wanted to go back to the panel image of those Super Friend figures. So again, Riddler is a red platinum figure. Again, in the vintage packaging, so very similar. These are very similar to the '66 Batman figures that they did. But again, pre-orders for these, and I don't know how readily available the Riddler will be, but pre-orders for these figures, the regular figures, you'll have to probably get a case if you want to ensure yourself of getting the Riddler figure. And I haven't heard of these showing up at any physical stores at this time, so again, I don't know how readily available that Riddler will be, but again, pre-order for this wave goes up later this week on Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. And I wouldn't be shocked if these sell out pretty quickly as well. I mean, besides Amazon not really carrying these, the other thing is that other retailers don't really seem to be offering a large number of these figures. That's why I think they're selling out so quickly. I mean, I'm not saying that they're not popular, but I'm saying I also feel like the pre-order numbers are being limited for some reason, whether the retailers are choosing to order smaller numbers or whether McFarlane is limiting how many the retailers can pre-order. I don't know, but I think these figures selling out so quickly is because there's just limited production runs or pre-order runs being offered for these figures. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Super Friends stuff follows suit and sells out pretty quick when they go up on Thursday. So, in other words, if you want to make sure that you want to get them, try and be online around noon Eastern time to get them. I think that other than Marvel, which we'll jump over to in just a moment, I think that's pretty much everything on the non-Marvel front that I have for you guys today. A couple of new Star Trek figures from Hiya Toys, if you're into those, based on Strange New Worlds. These are 112 figures. So Pike getting the 112 treatment from Hiya Toys and Mr. Spock. Again, these are based on the new Strange World series on Paramount Plus. It's kind of weird because Spock's tunic looks plastic, whereas Pike's looks like it's a soft good. So it's kind of weird. But as far as I know, these two have not yet gone up for pre-order, but should be going up pretty soon. Yeah, I think that pretty much for any kind of major news is it other than Marvel Legends. So let's jump over to Marvel Legends. So let's start off with this one. So of course, yesterday Hasbro had their live stream where they revealed quite a fair amount of stuff. So one of the things they revealed is this new Amazon 2-pack, and the reason why I'm starting with this one is because we just got an update just this afternoon from Hasbro's Dan Young on social media. So the original images showed the Madame Mask. Madame Mask and Crossbones are the two figures in this 2-pack. Again, this is going to be an Amazon exclusive. But the changes from yesterday to today is this is how the Madame Mask figure will actually look with the white torso. Disregard these previous images with the black torso. That is not correct. It will have the white torso. The Crossbones figure is supposed to be pretty much in the same scale as the recent Hercules figure that they did. You can see you get a briefcase with Madame Mystique. You get a modern head sculpt and a more classic head sculpt with her. You get the money that goes in the briefcase. You get 2 gold guns and some blast effects and smoke effects. You get some, various weapons with Crossbones. This is, seems to be a pretty nice update to the previous Crossbones that we've gotten. I don't know if you have the previous Crossbones, this is something that would be worth getting or not, but if you don't have Crossbones yet in your collection, this is definitely one you might want to ask. But they've done both of these figures, I believe, in the past, but I think Madame Mask they did in the early days, if I'm not mistaken. But again, that's going to be an Amazon exclusive. That's going up for pre-order on April 30th at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And the cost of that one, the MSRP, is going to be $49.99. So, but again, they just announced today the changes on the Madame Mask with the paint, with the white. And this is how it will actually look when it gets released. All right. Let's just go down the list of everything they showed. Our next pre-order will be this new Spider-Man 3 Tobey Maguire figure. I told you this one was coming several months ago. So this is one that I first told you guys about was coming. $29.99 is the price on this one. This is going up for pre-order tomorrow. It should be available places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. Um, Now, I will tell you, I have absolutely no interest in this figure. I did not like this movie. I don't care about this version of the symbiote Spider-Man. I've seen people arguing online about this one because it's basically a reuse of the No Way Home Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. You get the new head sculpt, you get the extra symbiote piece, but otherwise I think it's primarily just a repaint of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man that Hasbro already did, which doesn't make it 100% film accurate. So, leave that up to you whether you think it's worth getting or not. Daniel had also shown an image of this figure where you can stick the Tobey Maguire head on like a suited body, like the recent MCU Matt Murdock. So if you want to put like a suited body, so you can dance around like in the movie, I guess you can do that. So again, this is pre-order tomorrow. This is our next Marvel Legend pre-order tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Again, it is $30 on this one. Has the Spider-Man 3 packaging. So if you want to add that one to your collection, again, I don't know if this is going to sell out or not. I'm going to say probably not, at least not right away. But, you never know. Spider-Man's, everyone loves Tobey Maguire. I don't know. So this one, like I say, this one has no interest for me personally. So I don't know how popular this one's going to be. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. For your next Walmart CollectorCon event, which I'm going to guess is probably going to be around San Diego Comic-Con time, so either June or July. But this is going to be a Walmart exclusive, a new updated version of the Velocity Suit PlayStation Peter Parker figure. So they've done this figure before, but this is updated. So again, I'm not really into these PlayStation figures. This isn't really something I personally would be that interested in. I don't even have the original one that they did. So, but again, Walmart exclusive, $24.99. Daniel, I think in the live stream said, should be at the next Walmart CollectorCon. I don't have an exact date on that, but usually they take place around the time of San Diego Comic-Con. So that's when I would expect this one to be available. Your next Target exclusives, they revealed two more, the X-Men retro card back wave that they've been doing, the Jean Grey that just went up the other week, Professor Xavier that was the other one. So now we've got two more, and I don't know in what order. I don't know if these will go up at the same time. I don't think so, because one says available October, the other one says late fall. So it looks like probably the next one to go up for pre-order will be the Weapon X. And then the other one is Mystique. So, of course, we've gotten both these characters before, but, probably some nice updates. It would have been nice if they had included like a tank, but that would have made it like a deluxe figure, I guess. But, and again, this really isn't one that terribly interests me that much. And I'm fine with the last Mystique that they gave us. So that's another one that for me personally is not really one I'm that interested in. Mystique does come with a Jean Grey head sculpt, so I don't know how many people might want it just for that, but again, both of these will be Target store exclusives, and again, Weapon X I believe will go up. I don't know exactly when, but Weapon X will probably go up first, and then the Mystique figure. And $24.99 is the MSRP on both of those. She-Hulk. This one I will get. Retro cardback She-Hulk figure in her Fantastic Four outfit. So it's not shocking that they're doing this one. This is going to go up for pre-order later this month on October 24th. This should be available again places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. Not sure about Walmart or not sure about Amazon, but definitely fan channel. You may recall they tease the dumbbells that she comes with, so she can pump some iron. She does have two different head sculpts. She has the more classic long hair head sculpt, and then she has the short hair sculpt. Again, comes on a retro card back for Fantastic Four, from the Toy Biz days. So this one will be $24.99, and again, going up for pre-order on April 24th at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And this one, like I say, this one I will get to go with my Fantastic Four team. Then, once again, another Maximum figure that has been revealed. Just as I told you, it was going to be Hulk. So this is another one I first told you guys about. And just like with the Spider-Man, it seems to have caused a lot of bickering and fighting on the internet of whether it's worth the money, whether it's not. Some people are upset that it's not a completely new sculpt. It does have a new torso section, which is rubber, so that you can get it into poses like clapping his hands. But it does not have traditional butterfly joints. So I've seen some people say they like that. Other people say they don't. So I don't know. Head sculpts also seem to be, a lot of people arguing about. Definitely two of the three are very expressionist, big giant gritting teeth, open mouth yelling. The Dale Kawan head sculpt is the most normal looking one. You get the clapping sonic boom effects. You get this little piece here that you can put between the clapping hand sonic boom effects. You get the missile, firing missile with a flame effect. You can also break the missile in half. You get multiple hands and such. So, and he does have like toe articulation. Um, so, but it is not a 100%. I don't think it's a 100% new sculpt. So I've seen you still have pins and stuff. So I've seen people complaining about that. Now, the thing about the price. So it should be noted that during the actual live stream, Hasbro did not give the price. They did not say what the price was going to be. When they sent out the press release afterwards with the official press images, they did not give the price for this figure. They did the same thing with the Spider-Man figure. But whoever was moderating the comments section during the fan stream yesterday, somebody had asked about the price, and the official Hasbro Pulse moderator responded saying that this figure was going to cost $59.99. So I'm going to assume that's correct. Again, in the actual official press information, they did not give the price. They did not say the price specifically during the live stream. But again, somebody, moderating the comments during the live stream responded to somebody who asked the price, and they said it was $59.99. So unless I hear something contradictory to that, that's what I'm going to go with as the price, which is only $10 more than the Spider-Man figure. And I've seen some people saying why is Spider-Man 50 and the Hulk's only 60? I think, again, this is not a 100% new figure. It doesn't have quite as many accessories as the Spider-Man figure. It is a bigger figure, which is why it is $10 more. But I think, you got more new with the Spider-Man. So just like I said with the Spider-Man, if you don't think it's worth the money, don't buy it. If you do, then buy it, and then just go about your day. All this bickering that happens on the internet with these Maximum figures, I think is kind of ridiculous. But there you go. I am probably going to get this one. I did not get the Spider-Man figure because I felt like I had a good enough Spider-Man already. But this one, I really like that he can clap his hands. I like the sonic boom clapping hand effect. That's probably how I will pose the figure on my shelf. So I will probably get this one. Again, I didn't get the Spider-Man one. Not that I thought it was a bad figure. I just didn't interest me enough to want to spend $50 for it. But this one, I probably will get. The way I look at it, a deluxe figure these days goes anywhere. Just a normal deluxe figure goes between $40 and $50 these days. The original, like the anniversary Hulk Wolverine 2-pack, that was originally $60. Of course you got the Wolverine figure and such, but so I don't really feel like this. If it was more than 60, if it was 70, 75, and that's honestly what I was really, I was expecting it to fall in the $65 to $75 price range. So, but it's $60. I think I will end up getting this one because I do think it's, I do like it for the most part. And again, pre-order for this one will open on April 10th. This will be available on Amazon. This will definitely be available on Amazon as well as Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. All right, now let's get into the teasers that they gave us. So I think it's safe to say that we have official confirmation of the Marvel versus Capcom inspired figures that have been rumored since last August, thanks to the original person to throw those rumors out was Displaying Model Behavior. I have seen indications since then, to verify his information. So, I'm not surprised that these are coming in any way. But, based on Hasbro, and Hasbro's thrown out little like teaser comments and previous live streams to make it think that these were coming as well. But, with these teaser accessories that they showed, these blast effects, um, and this was a little confusing, but the smaller flame one I think was just brought out to show the size difference between it and this larger one that is for obviously for the Juggernaut. It should be a deluxe Juggernaut, and this large one I think you can put on his head so that you can create that running charge that he does in the video game. I don't think the smaller flame effect, which is we've seen on other figures before. I don't think that was a tease for a specific figure. I think Dwight had just brought it out to do a size comparison, and that was confusing to me as well. But I went back and rewatched it, and again, I don't think the smaller flame effect was meant to be teasing something. I think it was just meant to be there to show you the difference in size. It also got confusing because they started saying things like, "Oh, it's maximum" and stuff like, and basically what they were saying was this is going to be for a large size figure, and we know it's Juggernaut because the rumors it's a deluxe Juggernaut figure. Now I have no idea if it'll be a whole new Juggernaut figure or it'll just be a reissue of the previous Juggernaut that we got with like the Colossus 2-pack, with maybe some slight variations and extra accessories. I don't know that information, but definitely Juggernaut. Now I've talked about this before, but I just want to reiterate this. Based on what I've seen, I don't expect there to be any indication with these figures that they're part of Marvel versus Capcom. I don't expect there to be anything on the packaging that says Marvel versus Capcom. And with many of these, they're not even appearing to fall under the Gamerverse banner. From what I saw, most of these are going to fall under just Marvel Legends Anniversary. So it is a subline, but not specifically Marvel versus Capcom. The other thing I want to be very clear here is do not expect any Capcom characters to come with these figures. We reference Marvel versus Capcom because that's the video game that Hasbro's basing these figures and in some cases just the accessories and stuff off of. But there is, when we say Marvel versus Capcom, it isn't meant to be, oh, Hasbro's going to start doing Capcom characters with these. These are just going to be Marvel characters from the Marvel versus Capcom games. If you want some good Capcom characters to go with your Marvel Legends, I recommend you check out the Soda Toy Street Fighter line. Obviously, in Mega Man 2, obviously it doesn't incorporate every Capcom character that's appeared in those video games, but definitely gives you some good Street Fighter characters. Again, Mega Man, what have you. So, but don't expect any Capcom characters to come out of what Hasbro is going to be giving us. It's just going to be Marvel Legends. And the other thing is, it's not like we haven't already gotten figures based on the Marvel versus Capcom figures. We've gotten the Cable figure from the Zabu wave, the recent Zabu wave. We had that retro Iron Man figure from with the proton cannon. That was basically based on the video game. Same thing with the War Machine and the modular armor. That's essentially a Capcom based figure. Morrow, a character in the Marvel versus Capcom. So, again, it's not like we haven't been getting figures that definitely fit in with the game back there already. But so Juggernaut, Deluxe Juggernaut. The other effect piece, this pink one, is should be with the come with the Psylocke figure to recreate one of her moves in the video game, and the Psylocke figure should be coming in a 2-pack with a Thanos figure. And again, I don't know if either of these figures will be new sculpts or if they'll just be reissues of figures that we've already gotten with different accessories or what. Well, I don't have those details. But again, the pink accessory that they showed yesterday should come with a Psylocke figure, which, based on the listings that I've seen, should be a 2-pack with Thanos. And then, not teased yesterday, but the other 2-pack that likely will be coming is Wolverine and Silver Samurai from the video game. And then for the second deluxe figure to go along with Juggernaut should be the Shumagorath, which will probably be labeled as Gargantos. And this gets confusing because in the comic books, there's actually a Gargantos character and there's actually a Shumagorath character. Both are very similar looking with the tentacles and the single eye. They're both very big. Obviously, in the Marvel versus Capcom, they shrunk down Shumagorath, but the reason why it'll probably be labeled as Gargantos, even though it will be based, I'm pretty sure, on the size and look from the video game, is because of legal, the Shumagorath figure, there's some type of legal tie-up with it. And so, we saw the same thing in the Doctor Strange movie. That was really, I think, that tentacle one-eyed creature in the Doctor Strange movie, last Doctor Strange movie, they called Gargantos, but was really meant to be Shumagorath. And again, I think it's because of the legal stuff, red tape that surrounds the Shumagorath name. So that's probably, that should definitely be a brand new figure because we've never gotten a Shumagorath action figure before. So that one should be 100% new. I don't know how the tentacles will work. I don't know if they'll be rubber. I don't know if they'll be articulate. I have no idea. But that should be a deluxe type figure. And again, should be a brand new figure. And then other figures that have been rumored that, from what I've seen, actually do fall under the Gamerverse banner is 2 additional 2-packs with Captain America versus Venom and War Machine versus Omega Red. So again, how new those figures are, or whether they're just reissues or what, I don't know. And why those seem to fall under the Gamerverse banner while the others don't, I have no clue. But again, I don't expect with any of those, even the Gamerverse ones, I don't expect there to be any mention of actual Marvel versus Capcom on the packaging or anything like that. And again, don't expect any kind of Capcom characters to be released in this line. It is all just Marvel characters based on the video game. And I'm going to assume maybe not 100% reissues, but most of these are probably going to be, figures that maybe they've made some slight modifications to. But I wouldn't, other than the Shumagorath Gargantos figures, I wouldn't expect really to be brand new, completely new figures with most of these. Maybe updated modern sculpts for some of them. But like the War Machine, I told you about we've already gotten kind of a modular Capcom War Machine. So that one may be just a straight up reissue with maybe the proton cannon added or something that we got with the Iron Man figure. I don't know. But again, almost assured with these teasers from yesterday, these Marvel figures that are loosely based on the Marvel versus Capcom games are going to be coming. From what I've seen, they should be coming out towards the end of this year. So I don't really expect Hasbro to reveal these until San Diego Comic-Con time. Maybe there should be one more live stream, at least one more live stream between now and San Diego. So maybe they'll reveal them at that next live stream, but I really would expect these to likely get officially revealed during San Diego Comic-Con. So think that catches us up on everything. Um, so let's see what you guys are saying here. Go back and Buff 88. A lot of stuff this week. Big week for pre-orders. Hard to keep up. Yeah, pre-orders have been coming on, pretty constant for the last month. Three bangers. Joe is still the best. I tend to agree with you. I'm definitely for the Joe stuff. I definitely going to get the Cobra Commander. I definitely going to get the Monkey Wrench. I'm definitely going to get the Cobra Claw Glider. Snake Eyes, I may get. I'll have to wait until I see the actual figure before I make a final decision. It's not my favorite version of Snake Eyes, so I'm a little on the wall with that one. Um, and the Major Blood, I'm undecided on. I like Major Blood, but again, that's one I'll have to get the confirmation of whether that's on a retro card and then make a decision. I mean, I'm pretty happy with the Major Blood that I currently have. The Target exclusive, was originally a Target exclusive one. Though I will say the missiles on the backpack, it's annoying as hell. If you touch them at all, they fall off the backpack. But I wouldn't expect them to really fix that with this new figure anyway. So CJ with let's see. I wanted a Fred head to come with the armored Cobra Commander. You know, I I'm sure you're not alone in that, but you know what I would suggest? Take your retro card back Duke figure and stick it on Cobra Commander if you really want um, a Fred head, or even Chuckles. Though Chuckles would be, you could probably get, that retro Duke figure I've seen on discount and stuff. So if you like wanted to buy a second one, it would be pretty easy. But I think it's basically just a blonde hair guy, or if you have like any Marvel Legend Captain America figures, Steve Rogers heads. Those don't always fit perfectly on classified figures, but you might see if you can make that one work if you really wanted to get an unmasked Fred head. Uh, Oh, the iguana naga has, but yeah, it's definitely Serpentor from the cartoon. But yes, you could certainly use it as just a cobra creature if you wanted to. That is a backpack. Okay, like I say, I never had the original figure, so I don't remember if that had a backpack or what. So looks like a little jetpack or something. Like those look like little wings. I actually remember armored Cobra Commander from the Marvel comic run more so when again, Fred impersonated Cobra Commander. You know, everyone thought the real Cobra Commander was dead, and so Fred started impersonating him with and wearing the armor. So that's really where I'm more familiar with him. But this looks kind of like a little jetpack with wings or something. I don't know. I don't know if that's what it was intended to be or what. Kobo Cop. This version of Snake Eyes is most remembered from the arcade game, which was one of the very few. Yeah, like. I do remember that. I do remember that game. I had that game for Commodore 64, and I remember you're right. He was featured on the box of the game. I don't remember him as much in the game itself, but I do remember him being on the packaging for the game. Um, Though I got to tell you, my favorite GI Joe game was the Atari 2600 one with the big snake head that went back and forth. Happy Butter Blast. Do I think they'll ever do cartoon accurate figure like 100%? Probably not. Um, a lot of those retro card back figures I think come pretty close. Um, but I feel like Super 7 really was the one doing the cartoon based figures, which I don't think they've officially said, but I feel like the G.I. Joe Ultimate line from Super 7 has pretty much come to an end. Um, so I don't know if we'll ever see any more Ultimate figures from Super 7, but those were really more of the true cartoon accurate figures. But like I say, a lot of those retro card back figures they've been doing, I think, come pretty close, and they do incorporate some cartoon stuff. So, but I think that's probably as close as you're going to get. I like the black and white suit Two Face. Yeah, I have a feeling people probably would like the black and white suit better than the lighter color one. But the real question is all of those as quickly as they're selling out. I mean, again, those have been hitting some physical stores, some Walmart stores. Now I've heard a lot of people say that like Walmart has physical Walmart stores have been removing like all the pegs for McFarlane figures or moving them to the back of the store in their collector aisle thing. So I don't know if I mean obviously Walmart is still collecting McFarlane. They're still carrying stuff online. They're getting exclusives. So I don't think Walmart is discontinuing McFarlane DC figures. Again, Amazon, I really don't know what's going on there, and I don't know if it's temporary or what, but Amazon definitely seems to be having some issues with McFarlane. Greetings, John from Ireland. As always, hope all is well with you. It's like McFarlane was working backwards in the movie lines. I'm all in on the Batman Returns wave, and right before losing the license, we'll get 89 Joker and get. I I hope you're right, Happy Buttersplash, on the Joker. I still think that the Jack Nicholson Joker is not very feasible from a cost perspective because I just imagine Jack Nicholson and his estate would require a huge sum of money, which is why I think you've only seen like high end figures like Hot Toys really be able to get away with doing it. But I hope I'm wrong on that. I hope McFarlane can pull it off and give us a Jack Nicholson Joker. I would 100% get that if they did. But if I was playing the odds, I unfortunately don't feel like that is likely. Paparazzi, I heard there's going to be Legends folding chairs, and they'll do the same way as the movie. I'm not sure what that's referenced to. This 2-pack looks awesome. Tactical crossbones and another addition to the AIM team. Yeah. Remember that one is an Amazon exclusive. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I like. I was pretty happy with that. I got to be honest with you. I almost like the black torso better than the white. I guess the white is more comic accurate, but I actually kind of like the look with the black more so than the white. But but yeah, I think this is a pretty solid set. And again, pre-order on that one is at the end of the month on April 30th. So you get to start the month with Spider-Man 3, Tobey Maguire, and you get to end the month with the Amazon exclusive Crossbones and Mystique 2-pack. And again, just because I forgot to switch it over, I personally like the black, but the white is going to be what we end up getting. What's up, Figure Fury? Good to see you, my friend. CJ likes the white better than the black. Elio, Tobey Maguire with the black hair. The Ruckus new torso to rep the symbol. Very cool for symbiote fans, aside from Toby. Yeah, I mean, my initial thought was this is going to be pretty popular, but then I saw people fighting about it on the internet, so I don't know. Again, for me personally, this is the package picture that Dan Young posted on social media today. So I think this will probably sell pretty well, but it's hard to say. Again, for me personally, I have no interest in this figure, so I will not be getting this figure. But again, it has nothing to do with the figure itself, and more to do with the fact that I just hated that movie, and really don't have much interest in almost any of the figures. If they gave us a good Sandman, I didn't really like the Sandman they did for No Way Home. But if they gave us a good Sandman, I would probably get that. But otherwise, I just did not care for that movie. I see you guys talking about prices. I'm not sure which figure you're referring to, but the prices I gave you come officially from Hasbro in their press release. Other than the Hulk one, that came from the the moderator in the comments section on the Hasbro Pulse live stream. But Hasbro did provide prices on all the other stuff that they showed yesterday. So I don't, like I said, I don't know which ones you guys are talking about, but $49.99 on the 2-pack. Toby Maguire was the $29.99. She Hulk is $24.99. The Amazon 2-pack was $50. The Target figures are $24.99 each. And same thing with that Velocity Spider-Man. So again, those come directly from Hasbro's press release that they sent out to members of the media after their live stream. Judge Dredd's not a fan. Typical Hasbro, a bunch of repaints and the same old tired figures every time. I don't know. I mean, yes, there definitely is a mix of figures that we've gotten. I mean, I definitely would like to see. Well, I see some of these, like there's so many figures that they've never done before, and that's not really true. There's not a ton. However, there are some. And some teams that I'll be the first to say, where the hell is my Pharaoh figure? Where the hell is my Rachel Summers in the red spiked jumpsuit? Where's the rest of my classic Thunderbolts? So definitely, there are ones that I would like to see Hasbro get around to making, and hopefully, they will at some point. But Judge Dreads. Well, again, the only thing we have to go by is just the moderator in the comment section. So I'll assume that's correct, but I just feel like if Hasbro wanted to put the price out, they would have put it in their press release. And the fact that it wasn't in the press release, I don't know. But again, for now, we'll definitely go with $59.99 on the Hulk. I'm pretty sure they did not. I went back and re-listened because somebody else told me that. I re-listened and they did not mention the price of the Hulk. Like Dan, Dwight, and Ryan, they never at any time in the live stream. I watched it a couple. I watched starting where they introduced the Hulk figure and watched it all the way through the end. They did not say the price in the live stream. The only actual remotely official giving of the price was the moderator in the comment section did give that price. But they did not say the price in the live stream. And again, I double checked that because someone else had said that to me, and I was like, I don't remember hearing the price, but let me go. Maybe I missed it or something. And there was no actual mention of the price. And again, the press release that they sent out afterwards had the prices for all the figures except for the Hulk figure. They withheld the price in the press release on that Hulk figure. So, but let me get to the. So this is really our only official at this point is our only official indication. Again, in the live chat during the stream towards the very end, Hasbro Pulse responded Marvel Legends Series Maximum Series Hulk will be $59.99. So I'm going to assume that's correct. But again, it just struck me strange that like they didn't have that information in their press release or what have you. But like I say, that is probably what the price is going to be. And I don't think that's a bad price for the figure. I think, $10 more than the Spider-Man. It is a bigger figure. But I think that's based on today's market prices, I think that's a fairly decent price. I'd have to think extra hard if it was like $75, which is really honestly what I was kind of expecting. Especially after we saw that the price of the Spider-Man was $50. Hanzo says, if you need a more articulated Abomination, take the head of the Marvel Select one and add it to the Marvel Legends Gamerverse one. But the Marvel Select one is still overall the best. I would agree with you. That Marvel Select Abomination is really nice. Not super articulated, but is pretty nice. Mortified, I only have the Select Juggernaut and Hulk. Those pose pretty well, to be honest. I mean, definitely the Diamond Select stuff generally isn't quite as articulated, but I mean, I love my Crimson Dynamo and my Titanium Man Marvel Select figures. I mean, it would be cool to see Hasbro do those classic versions of those two at some point. But honestly, I'm more than happy with my 2 Diamond Select figures for those 2 characters. So Mortified Penguin, so lazy, but if they gave us everything, they can't sell it to us again next year. Marquis says, I would rather they just made functional butterfly joints that allow the thunderclap. Until I get it in hand or I see somebody get it in hand and actually demonstrate. I mean, they demonstrated it a bit, and you could definitely hear like the clicking. In fact, without MCU Collector did a snippet of them demonstrating the joint, so easier to show this than go to the actual live stream. But I don't know how well you can hear it, but
awesome poses and photos like Matt had on the screen there. It's there when you need it, and then it's not when you don't. How about that? Exactly. You can get them in a really dynamic way, and did that without putting these really severe.
You can see it's like really rubbery here.
So just to kind of clarify and provide just my opinion. I think I wasn't
You
sure.
can see it does have, you know, those internal butterfly joints
hey,
inside there.
awesome poses and photos like that on the screen there. It's there when you need it, and then it's not.
So I don't know why they went that route as opposed to just the traditional, whether they think it looks better. My only minor concern would be if that rubber material gets stretched out over time. But they did seem to indicate that that wouldn't necessarily happen. I don't know. That would be my only minor concern. I think the movement with it is fine. I think it looks fine. But I do think I'd be a little worried about that material getting worn out over time. Would be my one real concern with that method. So I guess we'll just have to see how that plays out. The G.I. Joe arcade game is in my top 10. I have it on my custom arcade 1-up machine. Nice. I I had that game for Commodore 64, but I honestly don't. If you're talking about the one with the version 4 Snake Eyes, I don't really remember it playing it that much. Like it doesn't stick in my memory as something like I do remember playing the Atari 2600 one with the big snake and everything. Again, I don't know if they've said anything officially, but it's been quite a long time since we've seen anything announced for G.I. Joe Ultimates. So I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it does not look like that's a line that Super 7 is really moving forward with, at least for now. Whether they seem to be Super 7 as far as GI Joe, they seem to be focusing primarily on the reaction O-ring figures. So um you know and I got to be honest, the GI Joe Ultimates I had issues with loose joints, brittle plastic with some of the accessories. So I got a couple. I picked up a lot of those on discount because a lot of those ended up going on year-end discounts at places like Entertainment Earth and stuff. So that's really I picked up the first couple of waves primarily on discount. Um, but I didn't. I kind of stopped collecting that line because I wasn't super impressed with it, especially based on the price tags if you were paying full price. Just Dreads, they pretty yeah. I mean you could do pinless, but it's a pretty good figure. Now, as I've told you guys before, the next maximum figure, which I think will come out at the very end of the year, should be Deadpool. So, and I have no idea. I mean, Deadpool. I honestly can't see them doing something like. I feel like I have a good, like with Spider-Man. I feel like I have a good enough Deadpool. So, I don't know what they would do with Deadpool to really make it maximum worthy, but that should be the third figure. Anyone know why NECA's Murder She Wrote hasn't been released yet? I don't have anything specific, but NECA has been having some issues. A lot of their stuff seems to have been delayed. I'm still waiting for Big Bad Toy Store to get in stock my Ultimate Sesame Street Bert and Ernie figures. So I imagine they will come at some point, but a lot of stuff just seems to be delayed. I'm not sure what specifically you're talking about with YouTube will be a little more honest influencers. So I'm not sure exactly. I was trying to see. But I mean, uh, Kristen McFarlane raised to 20. Yeah, we talked about that. What was it, Monday or last week? But McFarlane said due to tariffs that prices on their figures would be going up. Chris, $60 appears to be the price. I won't say 100%, but 98%. Like it looks like it's going to be 60%. Can Captain America cross his arms? Um, like not. I mean, like this Captain America does not have like full butterfly joints, if that's what you mean. So I mean, I guess that's something they could add to Cap if that was something. I mean, this figure, like I'm sure they can improve this figure, give it some extra articulation. But to me, this is a solid figure. So, like, I'm just not that hardcore on most articulation. So, it's why I didn't get the Spider-Man figure. But I'm not sure why you're telling my bladder rest and be. Jeremy, the turtle figures are said to be 5 inch. If they do any human characters, they have not told us what the scale would be, but I would guess 7 inch. But again, all we know is the turtles themselves are going to be 5 inch, and whether they do anything beyond the four turtles, your guess is as good as mine. But I would imagine if they do end up doing Shredder, Casey Jones, things like that, um, those would be 7 inch scale, or 7 inches tall. Virtual Dave, it's a shame the Hulk does not come with a mid transformation head from Bruce Banner. Just that's a pretty cool idea, especially if you have like the Bruce Banner figure that they did, so that you could like do a transformation from Banner to Hulk. I like that idea. Hasbro's not raised their MSRP yet. Some e-tailers, because they're getting hit with like on shipping and imports, have raised their prices, but Hasbro has not said. They said it's possible. Like Brian Cox, the CEO, in interviews that they did with like some of the financial uh, outlets, mentioned that, prices could raise with the coming tariffs, but they have at this time have not raised their MSRP on their standard figures. Now Hasbro has, things like the Maximum line have varying prices. That's a brand new line, its own, so they've kind of, you have your super deluxe type figure and regular deluxe and a regular figure and things like that. So you have all those varying prices, but as far as just your standard MSRP on a regular Marvel Legends, it's still the $25. Whether that goes up at some point officially, I don't know. But and like I say, McFarlane said on social media that they would be raising their prices due to tariffs. I haven't, honestly, I haven't looked to see if those have kicked in yet or not, but Judge Dredd said, I don't care about price. If I really want something, Hasbro just doesn't make much of what I don't already have, which, I mean, that's a fair point. But again, when you're dealing with an action figure line that's been around for over 20 years, it gets much more difficult. And there is a balancing act where there's always an obscure, it doesn't matter what the character is, how obscure it is. You can throw the name out there and you'll find people that'll say, oh, I want that figure. I'll buy that figure. But when you really factor in, with a lot of those obscure characters, how many people are really buying those? Like, take the McFarlane stuff that went up for pre-order today, the Dr. Fate, the Two-Face, and the Superman figure. Now, I'm not surprised that these all sold out really quick, but I honestly thought that the Superman figure would be the last one to sell out because, McFarlane has just done so many Superman figures. I'm like, this really nice classic Dr. Fate and this Two-Face are going to be more popular than the Superman figure just because McFarlane's done so many Superman figures. But nope, Superman was like the first figure to sell out pretty much everywhere. So, I sometimes scratch my head like that, just like I think a lot of you do. Like, why do they keep redoing these same characters over and over again? But the reality is it's because they sell. Even more so than like an obscure character like Dr. Fate, even though we haven't had a million Dr. Fate figures. But, that's just kind of how it goes. So there's always that fine line that you've got to kind of balance. And again, when you've got a line that's been around as long as like Star Wars or Marvel or what have you, they really have done a shit ton of characters over the years. Definitely there are ones that could use updates. Definitely there's still some that they haven't done at all, but those tend to be the more obscure characters that, while, I definitely want a Feral X-Force Feral figure, but can I sit here and honestly say that an X-Force Feral figure would sell like hotcakes? Maybe, but I certainly couldn't guarantee that. All right, well, we're over the hour, so I think we're going to call it a day. Again, tomorrow we get our first pre-order for the month for Marvel Legends with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. If that's something you guys want, I hope you enjoy it. Again, I'm definitely passing on that one myself, just because I, again, hate that movie. And we'll see. I don't think it'll sell out. At least, it's available pretty much everywhere. So I'm not really expecting it to sell out, at least not quickly. But we'll see. We'll see how that one goes. And a lot of people like Tobey Maguire, so again, that one's a hard one to call. But GI Joe pre-orders on the 15th. Definitely, I think there's a lot of cool stuff on the 15th coming for GI Joe. I don't think there's going to be a live stream for GI Joe between now and the 15th. So I think, unless an e-tailer leaks out official images early, which they probably will at least the day before the 15th, but we probably won't see like official images for the stuff until right around the 15th for GI Joe. But again, some cool pre-orders. Next round of pre-orders for McFarlane again will be coming on Thursday with those Super Friend figures. which is a brand new line that they announced at Toy Fair, 6-inch. So we'll see how those do. Again, these are in style with the 66 Batman figures. So we'll see how those do. But again, those go up for pre-order on Thursday. I don't know if I'll be back on Friday with a news video. I don't know how much news is going to come out between now and Friday. So if I'm not on here on Friday, I'll definitely be back next Monday. Should be a quiet weekend though, unlike last weekend with the 2 conventions. But like I say, if I'm not here on Friday, I should definitely be back on Monday. And I'm probably going to do a contest, spin the wheel contest for action figure enthusiast members here in the fairly near future. So if you're not an action figure enthusiast, please think about becoming one. Details in the video description below. It's just 99 cents. And thank you to everyone who has become an action figure enthusiast channel member. It is very much appreciated. All right, guys. So I'm going to leave it there. Stay safe out there. Be good. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching today's video. Now, if you're new to the channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. For all the latest action figure news, be sure to head over to ToyNewsEye.com, MarvelousNews.com, JediInsider.com, and TFormers.com. And remember, action figures are great,